Live from downtown Detroit, home of WDIV and Click on Detroit, Local 4 News at 6 starts now.
The president has spoken out against it, but Sterling Heights is taking big steps to expand absentee voting.
Most of us have gotten less exercise since the pandemic started, and new data is showing us just how steep that drop-off has been.
A scorcher of a day to start the holiday weekend, and it's not about to cool off anytime soon. The heat is what tops our news tonight at 6.
And unless you've been underwater all day, you felt it. The rule today, pretty much keeping your time outdoors short and staying hydrated.
Yeah, good advice. Andrew is in for Ben with a look at these sweltering conditions. Andrew.
Kimberly and Jason, excellent advice there because it is still sizzling with temperatures, as you can see, 90 degrees or more right here in Detroit, all the way into the thumb. It's 90 for our friends over in Sandusky, 92 in Lapeer, hello Ann Arbor and Howell. You've got 90 degrees right on the nose. Updated temperature of 87 over in Mount Clemens, but that's still very warm. And where that cooler air off of the lakes is meeting the warmer air or hotter air that's over us now, we're looking at showers that are occurring in parts of the area, including areas that are just downriver, everywhere from just south of Detroit into the downriver communities, including places like Monroe as well, as we go over these next few hours. And a couple of thunderstorms have been occurring as well. You can see them moving to the south at around 10 to 20 miles per hour. Fewer lightning strikes than what we saw just about 10 minutes ago, but you still have one that's out there just to the south and west of Flat Rock, and a decent shower over I-75, as you can see on Storm Tracker 4. And you have another shower here south of Monroe that's headed toward Toledo. Over our heads right here in Detroit, we're looking at partly to mostly sunny skies. Sure, some billowing clouds, but plenty of sunshine to keep it hot out there with 92 degrees. Relative humidity is still keeping heat indices in the low and middle 90s. 94 is what it feels like if you're not protected too well. So make sure you still stay hydrated into this evening. More on the heat continuing for the holiday weekend coming up in moments. In the meantime, download the Local Forecasters app now. You can track this heat wave, track any showers and storms that are overhead, whether it's now, through the holiday weekend, or beyond. And this app is free. The Local Forecasters app, search for it in your app store. Just search WDIV.
All right, Andrew. Many people thought by now public places would be back open in a much larger capacity.
But COVID continues its mutated spread, and our weekend is looking more limited than we expected. But still, Michiganders are out in large numbers despite this heat. Rod Maloney joins us with a look at what fair weather fun is available this weekend. Rod, the splash pad.
Well, in this kind of heat, okay, and I'm looking at the kids playing around on the splash pad. It doesn't look so bad going in a jacket and tie. The only thing preventing that, of course, is the electronics on my hip. But be that as it may, yes, there are limits to what you can have in terms of fun this weekend, but that doesn't mean you can't have it. The Lake St. Clair pool on Jefferson and St. Clair shores opened today for the first time. The kids, as many as could, packed the place. Henry Molman says they could have opened it to 250 people at a time, but he didn't.
We're going to go noon to 2:30 with the session. Then we're going to stop, sanitize, and then we'll open back up at 3 to 5:30. Then we'll stop, sanitize, and then we'll open 6 p.m. to 8 p.m.
The Huron-Clinton Metro Parks are blossoming this weekend. We're seeing the year's first family reunions, although small. Campsites are open, but already full. The marinas open, of course, as are the golf courses. They say to call ahead because they fill up quickly and they close quickly, too, with so many people. And then there are the pools requiring wristbands and early arrival. And new beaches have opened as well. Amy McMillan is the Metro Parks director.
And the beach here at Lake St. Clair is open for swimming. The beaches at Kensington, at both Martindale and Maple Beach are open for swimming. At Stony Creek, Eastwood Beach, and Bay Point Beach. Bay Point Beach is just reopened.
Still, to get in on this COVID 4th of July fun, leaving early and packing patience is recommended.
We are limiting the number of people that are allowed to use them at one time, so there may be some waiting in line for you.
So here's how it works at the Metro Parks. They're only allowing them to open up to 60%, and they've got car counters. So once they get to that number, they have to wait until enough cars leave to let new ones in. So the bottom line here is you can have fun. I'd leave early. Back to you.
Okay, I see you there with your water, Rod. That's great. What's the best advice you've heard on how to make it a great day?
Very good point. One of the things that the Metro Parks does is that they use their social media to let you know what's going on, which parks may be full, which parks may have openings. And so they say, follow them on social media, and you'll be able to get to what it is that you need and go to a place that can largely assure you a good afternoon.
Okay, we'll let you go play in the splash pad. Rod, it's good to talk to you. Have a great 4th of July holiday. I'll see you.
There is a slight drop in today's number of COVID-19 cases reported by the state.
Yeah, the past 24 hours has seen 460 new cases, which is down from yesterday's number of 543, which was the highest since May. Sadly, though, we've lost 3 more Michiganders to the virus. Another bit of good news, though, the city of Inkster employee who showed symptoms of COVID-19 has tested negative, but that employee won't be back to work for 21 days and will have to test negative again. The city offices will get a deep cleaning this weekend.
Researchers are finding new ways to monitor patients infected with the coronavirus and to track lots of other people as well.
Yeah, our Dr. Frank McGeorge is here with new research that reveals the pandemic has had a big impact on our activity.
This study was published in the Annals of Internal Medicine, and it looked at fitness tracker data from around the world and how many steps people have been taking. And we are talking about big numbers that demonstrate a disturbing trend. Looking at over 19 million daily step count measurements in over 455,000 users in 187 countries, the researchers found that within 10 days of the pandemic being declared, there was a 6% decrease in steps taken. But here's the big one. By 30 days into the pandemic, people were taking 27% fewer steps. Now, the authors noted significant variation across different countries. For example, Italy took only 5 days to drop to a midpoint of 15%, while the same drop didn't occur in the U.S. until about 15 days in, and it didn't occur in Japan until day 24. Now, on the subject of mobility, another study published in the journal Lancet looked at mobile phone location data in the 25 most affected counties in the U.S. from January 24th to April 17th. They found people reduced their movement by 35 to 63% in different areas of the country, and the decreased movement preceded a decrease in new infections by 9 to 12 days. Now, here in southeast Michigan, by April 17th, people in Wayne County had cut their trips to 46% of baseline, and in Oakland County, it dropped to 39% of baseline. Now, finally, these 2 stamp-sized sensors are being developed to monitor the symptoms and vitals in people with coronavirus, measuring things like temperature, pulse, and oxygen levels. One of the sensors goes on the finger, the other sits at the base of the throat to pick up vibratory signatures of breathing, coughing, and swallowing. Now, quickly circling back to the study showing that we are taking fewer steps. Coincidentally, another new study shows passive stretching, that's having someone else stretch muscles like your calf, for example, can help improve blood flow and actually decrease your risk of cardiovascular disease. Now, it's not as good as getting up and walking, but it's something to consider as we seem to be getting more sedentary. Back to you.
Yeah, all right, Doc. A 2-car crash has killed a woman in Livonia. This is video from the scene this afternoon at the intersection of Newburgh and Linden. Police tell us the woman was making a left turn when she was hit by a pickup. She was taken to the hospital where she died from her injuries. We're working to get an update on the condition of the driver of the truck. Police continue to investigate there. A community rally is happening right now that's aimed at saluting the men and women in law enforcement. You're looking at live pictures from Bloomfield Township. It's called the Back the Blue Rally, and it's being organized by the Michigan Conservative Coalition. They want good cops, not just here in Bloomfield Township, but across Oakland County and in Michigan, to know that they are appreciated.
Well, it's been a necessary but controversial subject, especially in the middle of this pandemic.
Now Sterling Heights, one of Macomb County's largest cities, is expanding voting by mail. Our Grant Herms is in Sterling Heights tonight and shows us why they believe it's so necessary.
$25,000 may not seem like a lot when it comes to voting, but officials in Sterling Heights say it's exactly the push they need. In a vote late last month, the city of Sterling Heights budget included a new line item, $25,000 for return postage for voters looking to cast their votes by mail. Each return postage to cost roughly 71 cents, meaning the money set aside is enough for more than 35,000 residents to vote absentee. In recent weeks, the president and his administration have sowed doubt about absentee voting, saying without evidence it's prone to voter fraud, making the decision from Sterling Heights an interesting one, especially given Macomb County swung heavily for the president in 2016. On Twitter, Sterling Heights Republican Mayor Mike Taylor, who voted for Trump in 2016 but voted for Biden in the primary, praised the move to pay for return postage, saying it's a small expense to ensure that everyone who wants to vote can vote safely from the comfort of their own home.
I think having the return postage on the absentee ballots is a good idea because not everyone's willing to use a stamp.
Marie Weiserman lives in Sterling Heights. She and some friends were out celebrating the holiday weekend. She says she plans to vote by mail.
Do you think you're going to vote by mail?
Oh, absolutely.
Why?
Because I don't want to have to go and stand in line.
Along with that return postage, they're working on setting up more boxes like this at fire stations across Sterling Heights for those voters who don't want to send their votes in by mail. In Sterling Heights, Grant Herms, Local 4.
And Sterling Heights isn't the only city paying for postage. The city of Detroit is also going to continue its policy of paying for absentee return posting during elections again this year.
We know it won't be the kind of Major League Baseball season we're used to, but man, is it nice to see some Detroit Tigers out and about. Training for the shortened 60-game slate is underway at Comerica Park as the Tigers go with a youth movement this year. And Jamie Edmonds reports tonight there's a lot of excitement about this pitching staff.
Tigers are back on the field at Comerica Park. Just 3 weeks to prepare for a shortened 60-game season. And today, the pitchers and the catchers are off running.
Great to see Michael Fulmer out there today. He hasn't pitched since 2018, and you can tell he was happy to be back.
Got to throw off the big league mound, or the game mound today for the first time in about a year and a half. So it's a lot of fun just seeing everybody again and be able to do that.
It's been more than a year since Fulmer's Tommy John surgery. The righty benefited from the Tigers' extended layoff this year.
Everything feels great. I feel strong, but I don't want to expect me to come back throwing harder than I was before. It's going to take some game action to get used to throwing 100% again.
Also out there with the veterans, the Tigers' top pitching prospects, like Matt Manning, who pitched from that same mound today.
My thing is obviously the young pitchers. All of them got the call to come up and be a part of the spring training, and it's going to be awesome to see them hopefully get up this year and help out the team.
You know, pitching really could be the Tigers' strong suit this season, and Al Avila said in a 60-game shortened season, anything can happen. At Comerica Park, Jamie Edmonds, Local 4.
It's true. Okay, Jamie, thank you. Still ahead, a long and difficult recovery.
This little girl was hit last year by a firework that turned into a missile, sending her to the hospital. See how Lucy and her family are doing now. That's next.